Welcome to a brand new episode of The Drop, the weekly show where I let you know the hottest games coming out across the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the PC, the Switch, whatever they might be coming out on, we will talk about them right here. This week is a bit of a lighter week, however a big Pokémon game is making its return, debuting on a modern generation of consoles after spending some time as a dormant relic of the past. But Spellbreak is also coming out in closed beta on PlayStation 4, and Baron Fur is Gonna Fly is coming out. That's basically all I can really say about that one. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this week's top game releases. To kick things off, we have Pokémon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX coming out on the Nintendo Switch. What if you woke up one day and you were a Pokémon? You can meet and recruit Pokémon in a dungeon crawling adventure within their world. Build a rescue team to take on mysterious, changing dungeons and strategically plan your moves as you venture forth to make the Pokémon world a safer place and uncover your true purpose along the way. As you recruit Pokémon, these trusty teammates will need somewhere to stay, so build rescue team camps to house, manage, and strengthen your Pokémon friends. Think hard about who is right for the job and how to approach each mysterious dungeon as you prepare a rescue team. You'll move a single square at a time or use auto mode to speed up movement until you engage other Pokémon in turn-based battles, but don't forget about Pokémon's strengths, weaknesses, and potential rare qualities. This version adds Mega Evolved Pokémon, gorgeous watercolor-inspired graphics, and more. Get comfortable in your Pokémon form. There's a lot of work to do. So this is a very unique idea within the Pokémon space, and of course this is a re-release, if you will, of Pokémon Mystery Team Red and Blue versions that came out in 2005, if I remember correctly, and it kind of combines elements of both of those games, gives it a different kind of aesthetic with the watercolor approach, and boom shakalaka, big release on the Nintendo Switch. Now this is going to be something that I think caters to a more niche audience. Of course, Pokémon is a very large brand. If you put it on a box, it's going to sell pretty well, but this is definitely not your stereotypical Pokémon game, so go into it with that kind of expectation. But with that being said, if you are a fan of the classic Pokémon Mystery Dungeon, by all means, you can dive into Pokémon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX coming out this week on the Nintendo Switch. Next up, Spellbreak is coming out on PS4 in closed beta form. Spellbreak is a new battle royale RPG featuring epic magic combat. Weave spectacular spell combinations and craft strategic builds in your quest for survival. Spellbreak is in closed beta. That means we are actively developing it, they say. New content, balancing, bug fixes, and more will be rolled out often, and we want your help to make it the best game it can be. Now you might be saying, Sam, that's not very much of a description, and you would be correct. I would recommend checking out some gameplay to see if this is something you would be interested in, and quite frankly, looking at it, it kind of gives me a very strong Realm Royale vibe, so go in with that kind of expectation. Again, there are going to be some changes along the way that do make it stand out, but still, that's the kind of aesthetic, the kind of vibe that I'm getting from this one. But I did want to make something known. Again, you have to pay to get into the closed beta, which is what is launching this week, and by pay, you really have to pay, because there are 3 different Founders Packs that you have the choice of buying early on in the game's life. You can get the Mystic Pack for $49.99, the Sorcerer Pack for $79.99, and the Champion Pack for $119.99. Those are some pretty stout prices right off the bat for a closed beta. However, one thing that irritates me just a little bit is the fact that the Mystic Pack includes $35 worth of in-game currency. So if you took that out, you're telling me I could have access to the closed beta version of the game for $15. All of the pricing to the side, it looks like an interesting game, and I hope that it does well, but if you want to check out what Spellbreak has to offer, it's coming out this week on the PS4 in closed beta format, and I believe that it's also in closed beta on PC via Steam, so you can check that out if you are on the Steam side of things. And to round out this week's main releases, we have Baron Fur is Gonna Fly coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC. Your country needs you. Take to the sky in your trusty biplane and join ridiculous battles against other pilots. In the world of Baron, pilots are animals and aerial weapons include giant anvils, flamethrowers, freeze rays, and a handful of stinky fish. Which famous fighter ace will prevail? Up to 8 players can battle either all on all or in teams, and you might need a longer couch. First and foremost, right off the bat, the co-op is the main draw of this game. If you don't really have people that you play with on a regular basis, probably wouldn't recommend diving into Baron this week. But for content creators to watch people on stream play it, for those that might host weekly gaming events in their homes, this would be an ideal kind of situation for you. So if you want to check out a pretty fun arcade-based shooting kind of situation, by all means, dive into Baron Fur is Gonna Fly this week on the PS4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC. And that rounds out this week's major game releases. Of course, if you enjoy the show, be sure to hit that subscribe button, because not only is The Drop hosted every week, we also have the Jam Pack Report giving you the hottest daily gaming news 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, so there's always some new content for you to check out. But until next time, You guys have a good one. I'll talk to you soon, and peace.